At least 4 defendants were sent to hospital yesterday amid a marathon session of the national security hearings of 47 pro-democracy figures. Today, the court set time limits on the proceedings and heard all but 8 defendants' bail applications. The hearing will continue tomorrow. Tuesday morning began with Joshua Wong, Wu Chi-wai, and Tam Tak-chi, defendants serving time over earlier charges being escorted from the Lai Chi-kok Detention Center to West Kowloon Magistrates Courts. That's followed by other defendants, including Lam Chak-ting and Fergus Leung, who only returned to the detention center at 6 this morning. That's after the previous day's hearing lasted for about 10 hours and was only adjourned as defendant Clarice Yeung fainted in the dock in the small hours of today. Also taken in an ambulance were Leung Kwok-hong and 3 others. Those hospitalized along with Benny Tai, who had to attend another hearing, have missed today's hearing. Enraged by the undue burdens upon the defendants, veteran Democrat Emily Lau has this to say.
The whole saga is quite disgraceful. The administration decided to cram them all into the courtroom and ask the judiciary to deal with it. As they themselves revealed in court, they were not ready. They needed time to do further investigations, interviews, and so on. But in the meantime, don't worry, we're going to lock you up.
This as the prosecution asked for a 3-month adjournment of the hearing last night and held the defendants in custody while police conduct probes. But defense lawyers opposed and asked for the bail hearing to continue. The cases also prompted concerns among representatives of some foreign consulates.
We're concerned about the national security law and how that's being implemented. The whole of EU has, expressed concern.
The 47 defendants were accused of organizing or participating in last year's pan-democratic primary polls to select the strongest candidates in a bid to win a majority at the LegCo election. With that, the group are charged with conspiracy to subvert state power, overthrow and paralyze the SAR government. The U.S. and the UK have slammed the detention of 47 pro-democracy activists in Hong Kong. U.S. State Department spokesman Ned Price called for their release and the charges against them to be dropped. Meanwhile, British Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab accused China of reneging on promises it made with regard to Hong Kong.
When China brought in the national security legislation, they were explicit this was being done to restore public order, not to crush political dissent. I think the actions, the prosecutions against such a large number of political opponents demonstrate that China is not keeping its word on Hong Kong.
We call on the Hong Kong authorities to immediately release those still held and to drop the charges against them. Political participation should never be a crime. These individuals simply sought to exercise their rights by participating or helping others to participate in elections. This is yet another example of how the national security law is being used to stifle dissent, not to improve security.